we are supposed to be celebrating the liberation of our state. Are we enjoying the independence of our country? Are we enjoying the liberation of our state? I am connecting the independence of our country with the liberation, because without an independent India, Goa could never have been liberated. Therefore, let me try to put my thoughts across. The independence and liberation of our state were fought by many great leaders, which belong to the Congress party and which belong to many other political parties. Therefore, I am very clear that our freedom and liberation is not the proprietorship of any political party. As citizens of this country and of this state, we are totally confused and shocked to see the deterioration of a liberated state, which is the fallout of the crumbling of democratic institutions of our country. Does the existing democratic functioning permit us to breathe the air of liberation that we breathed post-liberation of the early 1960s? Is a question. In my opinion, democracy in our country has come to such a low that the functioning of the four democratic pillars, namely the judiciary, the legislature, the executive, and the fourth estate, that is the press, have shocked the citizens of our country, who are gripped with fear and who function with favor. And this has flowed down of our state to our state in Goa. A person ingrained with fear can never feel truly liberated. And that is how every Goan, irrespective of any faith or political party, is obstructed by enjoying the fruits of liberation. We should stop polarizing people with a hypocritical love of our country with hatred towards Pakistan. I say so because 16th of December, which is known as Vijay Diwas, should have been celebrated with great zeal, as Pakistan was taught a bitter lesson since independence, when Bangladesh was formed after dividing Pakistan. And this was under the Prime Ministership of late Indira Gandhi ji. The Pakistan army surrendered to the Indian army under General Manekshaw, instead of blowing the trumpets on much lesser achievements like the surgical strikes. Are we in the country that enjoys freedom, for which our forefathers fought? In my opinion, it is no. When I am not allowed to fall in love with a woman and marry her to whichever faith I or she belongs to, what freedom are we talking about? Choking us or to express our own emotions? Can a love be controlled? The latest law also that is coming out to allow NRIs to cast their votes overseas to the respective embassies and consulates again and again is being discriminated by not allowing NRIs of the Middle East countries to vote. The reason being used to deprive them is that they are not democratic countries. A new law is coming out allowing and permitting NRIs to cast their ballot votes overseas to their respective embassies. Now here, the Western countries, NRIs of the Western countries, maybe UK, Canada, United States and so forth, will be permitted. But at the moment, the NRIs of the Middle East, they say, will not be permitted. The reason being given is that they are not democratic countries. When we are having our embassies, we are having our consulates over there, why this discrimination? Why is this discrimination when we are having Kerala, in Tamil Nadu, Bengal elections very soon, and most of these people who are in the Middle East are coming from these states? Today, it pains us to see the farmers on the streets during the chilling nights fighting to claim their rights, while the rulers do not seem to be moved with any compassion. The rulers keep on promising that amendments will be brought in to meet the farmers' desires. If amendments are going to be brought in, then why not repeal the laws and bring in a new bill as per the desires of the farmers? So what are we trying to actually teach us? Is this the independence and liberation that we fought for? Where we have to fight for our rights again? We are forgetting that an Indian is a resilient citizen when a person is fighting for their rights. When the resilience is such that an Indian, when suppressed and persecuted, even the mighty British had to walk out of this country to give us Swaraj, which is our birthright. The political rulers of today should not undervalue the agitation of the farmers, for they are a resilient force who will come out very strong from all the suppression that is being done and the persecution against them today. For what are they fighting? For their own rights. I appeal to every citizen to get our acts together by supporting and coercing those holding high public offices to put the foundation of a democracy in its original place. That was taught by the founding fathers of our constitution. They had a dream, they had an image, and accordingly the constitution was formed. Not to be torn to pieces and being interpreted the way you and I want it. When people, as long as people are suffering in this country, the fulfillment of our liberation and independence will never be met. Let's hope and pray that the great sacrifices of our forefathers will be realized sooner rather than later, that democracy is regained to its original glory and the same flow into Goa, so that we too breathe the fresh air of liberation.